Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news tonight, the community gathering to sustain the memory of lives lost at the hands of child abuse. Janiah Thomas was one of 3 high-profile child abuse cases on the Suncoast in 2015. And as the 2-year anniversary of her disturbing death approaches, many are coming together to honor a life cut short. ABC 7's Erica Jackson joins us live from a vigil for Janiah Thomas in Palmetto that began just moments ago. Erica?
Dozens of people are here at Lincoln Park in Palmetto to honor the life of 11-year-old Janiah Thomas. Right now, they're wrapping up a prayer circle. They're singing hymns just to honor her memory and honor her life. They all tell me, those who knew Janiah, they say that she was a sweet but quiet girl, which may have reflected what may have happened inside of her home. You may remember in late 2015, the Bradenton girl was found dead in a freezer. The case put Child Protective Services in the spotlight. CPS was previously in contact with Janiah, but hadn't seen or heard from her in more than a year. Her mother, Kashana Thomas, is charged with first-degree murder, aggravated child abuse, and abuse to a dead human body. She remains in the Manatee County Jail on a $200,000 bond. But her cousin tells us that is not what matters, how she died. What matters is how she lived and how to keep her memory alive.
We want to just let the world, not only our county, know, and the world know that she will never be forgotten, and that as long as I'm alive, I'm going to always honor Janiah around this time and just keep, her, what happened to her and everything. The world's going to know that she is loved in this county.
A motion has been filed for Tuesday to potentially move Thomas's trial out of Manatee County, and she is set to appear in court in August. Reporting live in Palmetto, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you very much, Erica. And other news, detectives are asking for the public's assistance in identifying the suspect in an armed robbery from this morning. Just after midnight, deputies were called to the Racetrack gas station on Tamiami Trail in Nokomis. The suspect demanded cash from a clerk working there before fleeing northbound towards Spencer Avenue. Anyone with information on this situation is asked to contact the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. A photo of that suspect is on our Facebook page, WWSB, and you can call Crime Stoppers at the number listed on your screen, 941-366-TIPS. And now to a follow-up on an accident from earlier this month that shut down I-75. Troopers say Joseph Tertullian has passed away. On June 1st, Tertullian was driving a pickup truck north on I-75 with 15 passengers on board, and then when another truck moved into the lane ahead of him. Tertullian overcorrected trying to avoid the car, and troopers believe he went across the northbound lanes twice before ending up in the center median, where the truck overturned. 10 passengers who were sitting in the truck bed were ejected. All 16 people were taken to the hospital, 7 of whom sustained serious injuries. A man is recovering tonight after suffering symptoms of a seizure while aboard a fishing vessel 60 miles west of Venice. The St. Petersburg Coast Guard was notified of the emergency Saturday and deployed a helicopter crew from an air station Clearwater to transport the man to Tampa General Hospital. The victim was on a 35-foot fishing boat with 4 other boaters when rescue crews responded, hoisting him from the boat by stretcher and into the chopper. A fun run from Marina Jax to Anna Maria Island helped kick off the Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival with a bang. And by bang, we mean a shotgun start to a sort of scavenger hunt of sorts. Hundreds of boaters gathering with their vessels for the annual Suncoast fundraiser that gets the waterways moving with activity, as some more casual boat racers stop at popular spots, including the Old Salty Dog, Morse Seafood Shack, Tarpon Point, and Marina Jax.
This goes on once a year. It's part of the race week curriculum, and it's just amazing. I mean, it brings all the boaters together and that support the charity, and everybody just has a blast.
Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix goes until July 4th with race days on July 1st and 2nd. All proceeds from today's race and future Grand Prix events will be going to Suncoast Charities for Children, an organization that provides annual grants to local nonprofit agencies that provide services for children and adults with special needs. Now let's head over to Wendy Ross for a check on the weather. And Wendy, they could not have picked a better day to hold that boating event.
Wasn't that wonderful? You even asked me if you could go boating this morning. And of course, it was a beautiful start to the day. And we started to see just a couple of scattered showers during the afternoon hours. 87 degrees right now. We've got plenty of sunshine out there. Dew point levels, humidity levels certainly are high, but those winds are coming in right off the Gulf of Mexico at around 10 miles per hour. And we're just getting a couple of these showers right now, primarily affecting Charlotte County, and they've just started to move into southeastern Sarasota County. Some of these are on the heavy side. We've got some showers and thunderstorms at this hour, but you can see that a large part of our viewing area isn't getting a drop of rain right now. And if you're not getting the rain, you certainly are getting very hot temperatures. For the rest of this evening, we can expect to see those temperatures staying in the 80s all the way through 9 o'clock tonight, and then we're just going to be looking at cloudy weather up until 11 o'clock. We'll let you know how the work week is shaping up. Believe it or not, we actually have a cold front moving in. We'll talk about when it's going to get here and what it's going to do. Adam?
All right, thank you very much, Wendy. As Republican senators start their final push to repeal and replace Obamacare, the health care debate is taking center stage this weekend at town halls and rallies. But the White House is pushing back against those critics who are saying the GOP plan would be bad news for the poor because of deep cuts in Medicaid.
The plan that we would put in place would not allow individuals to fall through the cracks, we would not pull the rug out from under anybody, we would not have individuals lose coverage that they want for themselves and for their family.
The deciding votes will have to come from within the Republican Party on this movement, since no Democrats have publicly supported the bill. However, at least 5 Republican senators have said they would not support the current bill. So far, there are no public hearings planned, which means a vote could be taken up as early as next week. Meanwhile, on the Sun Coast, hundreds gathered to voice their opposition to that health care bill. Local groups Action Together Sun Coast and Indivisible Bradenton Progressive hosting the demonstration near Marina Jackson, Sarasota. ABC 7 photographer Sammy Chido shows us some of their concerns.
What do we want? When do we want it?
I believe that health care is a right and that every American deserves to have adequate health care.
I think we've got a good basis in the Affordable Care Act, and I think that we should work with that rather than tearing it down.
These are party first, people last issues, and our representatives are elected to protect us from this type of stuff, not to push this stuff down on us and to cause all of these people to have to suffer unnecessarily so that the rich can get richer.
So over a third of America is now, and as you age, you're going to end up with a pre-existing condition. So I think health care is a right, and that health care should be for all, and there should be a single payer system.
We have to do this and phone calls and emails and attend city meetings.
Tell your elected representatives not to take health care away from tens of millions of people.
The Senate bill was concocted behind closed doors, and now that it's available for people to see, we know how bad it is. It's worse than the House bill, and a lot of people are simply unaware.
I hope that people will express their objection to this health care bill so that a bill can be worked on in a bipartisan way.
Someone has to bring this up. You can't just close your eyes and hope that the goodness of the rich people will take care of the poor people. That has never been and will never be the case.
Well, still to come here on ABC 7, a relaxing ride at the theme park turns to panic when a girl slips between the bars and dangles dozens of feet over a frantic crowd below. And sharks may be a big fear for some beachgoers, but experts are saying the statistics should put those fears at ease.
This is a special health alert for seniors suffering with joint pain. If you have Medicare insurance, you may qualify for high-quality support braces at little or no cost.
I'm thrilled with my knee braces.
Now, there is a simple and proven solution for seniors to get out of pain with state-of-the-art support braces.
I barely feel any pain at all.
Braces for your knees and back, as well as your shoulders and ankles, too.
I'm so happy with the quality of these braces.
Call now, and you could qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
I can play ball again, and it doesn't hurt.
And because of my Medicare coverage, it costs me next to nothing.
So call now.
And Because I have this red, white, and blue Medicare card, my braces have cost me just about nothing.
It's true. You may get a knee, back, shoulder, and ankle brace at little or no cost.
They qualified me for 2 knee braces and a back brace.
If you have knee or back pain, give them a call. They can help.
1-800-476-8967. 1-800-476-8967.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world.
If you get knocked down, stand up again. Rip it up again. Give me one chance, give me one chance. I'm gonna let it make it. Give me my chance, this is my chance. I'm gonna take
The new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
For years, I told everyone my Craftmatic adjustable bed was the greatest until I got the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has an adjustable pillow feature that's awesome. You're gonna want one too when you see how little they cost.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less, featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest, bedside power plugs, underbed night lights, and more. Available in all mattress types with optional heat and soothing massage for as much as half the price of Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. Adjust the rising pillow feature to help align your head, neck, and shoulders. See for yourself with our 30-day in-home trial. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-237-0214. That's 1-800-237-0214. Call 1-800-237-0214. Call now.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons, leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.
Thank you.
An oil tanker overturns and exploded in eastern Pakistan on Sunday morning, killing more than 100 people. This video was taken just moments before that overturned tanker burst into flames. Officials say at least 135 people were killed and more than 100 others injured. The tanker reportedly went off the road in an accident, and villagers had gathered to collect the oil when that truck exploded. A parent's worst nightmare played out live. A couple's young son beaten by the woman hired to care for him. That whole thing caught on camera. And a warning, this video may be hard to watch. ABC's Mark Remillard has the report.
What you're about to see is the reason nanny cams like this were invented in the first place.
I couldn't believe my eyes. I felt so sick. I thought I was going to die. I really thought I was going to die.
The nurse who was supposed to be caring for 2-year-old Landon, who has special needs, captured on camera beating the boy instead.
He's being abused by his nurse.
She's crying at the top of his lungs.
Diana Coe and her husband Chris were shaken to the core, and it only got worse. The woman at one point rolling up a magazine to batter the child.
I mean, there were at least 30 pinches, 30 hits, smacks on the head, smacks with a magazine, her being rough and throwing him in his seat. It was unbelievable.
Coe was horrified watching it happen live. They called 911 and police arrested the nurse.
When we were racing home, we were just trying to not get into an accident.
Landon isn't like most toddlers. He suffers from a rare disorder, which means he eats through a feeding tube, doesn't speak, and is blind in one eye. The 2-year-old requires round-the-clock care.
His nurse is a medical professional. She should be providing medical care. How can you just come up to him, sit down, and smack him in the head?
The nurse, Thelma Manalastis, has been fired and faces a string of abuse charges. The Coes are now suing her and the healthcare service she worked for.
You are a horrible person. You're a horrible person. I really hope that you do not hurt your grandchildren the way you hurt my son.
Mark Remillard, ABC News, New York.
And back here to Florida, with summer vacation comes beach season, and with it an increase in the fear of those shark attacks. But experts say not to worry, the odds are in your favor. The National Aquarium in Baltimore says the chance of being killed by a shark are 1 in 3.7 million. Statistically, that means you're in much more danger of succumbing to the flu, which is a 1 in 63 chance. Or even scarier, dying in a car accident, a chance of 1 in 90. You're even more likely to be killed by an asteroid or struck by lightning. And speaking of lightning strikes, if you live in Florida, that statistic definitely goes up as Florida continues to lead the nation in the number of people killed by lightning strikes. 52 people in the state were killed, have been killed since January of 2007. That is the most in the nation, according to an analysis of National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration weather data. And one of those fatalities happened right here on the Sun Coast back in August of 2016. A woman was killed seeking shelter under a Sarasota pavilion. Statistics show the lightning damage amounted to over $67 million for Floridians as well in 2016. Well, a fun day at a theme park turns to panic when a 14-year-old girl slips from her seat on the Six Flags Great Escape ride and dangles above an anxious crowd.
All right, they'll catch you. They'll catch you. They'll catch you, honey. Go ahead.
Yeah, how about that? Witnesses say that this girl's friend, who was also on the ride, screamed that the bar on the chair was choking her. Luckily, the crowd below was able to help, and they actually caught her from over a 30-foot fall. That girl was treated by park emergency medical personnel and then later transported to the hospital, where she remains in stable condition. A man who caught the girl was also sent to the hospital with a back injury suffered while he was attempting to catch that falling victim. But I mean, can you imagine just coming together with some strangers and providing a safe landing?
Wow.
30 feet they caught her coming down.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Incredible.
And she's okay.
She's okay. So clearly some former cheerleaders maybe in that crowd or something. That was one heck of a catch they had there.
Yeah, and she had she at least trusted them to catch
Yeah,
her.
that
too.
is a big part of it. You're right. That's a huge part.
That's a big part of
there.
that, I'm sure. Well, you know, one of the things that we were talking about today was just the beauty of the day, and we did see a lot of blue sky. It was just one of those days where it was kind of nice to be out and about, and if you got to go to the beach, if you got to get to the water, you had a wonderful day today. So it was very hot, certainly. Temperatures around the state in the 90s for the most part, a couple of 80s, 89 degrees up in Tallahassee, but as you can see all around the state, most of us had our temperatures right around that 90-degree mark. But not so much here. Here along the coastline, we saw our temperatures in the upper 80s because we get the better breeze coming on through. So we're a little bit cooler than those of you who live well east of I-75 and over the central part of the state, where temperatures in the 90s were in abundance. So you can see Lake Placid, Sebring, the hottest temperatures of all in the mid and low 90s for daytime highs. Right here at the airport, it was 89 degrees, 77 was the overnight low. So we were right where we were supposed to be for the daytime high and a little bit warmer than normal. 74 for the overnight low. And right now it's 87. Our dew point humidity levels are high. Winds are coming in out of the west at around 10 miles per hour. And we've got a lot of sunshine around, but we also have areas reporting some rain and some isolated thunderstorms. They're just widely scattered, and so that's what we're seeing right here along the coastline. And these showers are predominantly affecting Charlotte County. In fact, almost the entire county seeing rain either to the east or to the west of I-75. And now some of those showers have started to move on up into southeastern Sarasota County. But we're going to see them around for the next couple of hours, and then we're going to see them dissipate as they continue to move out into the Gulf of Mexico. In the meantime, believe it or not, we've got a cold front. It's moving across the southeastern part of the country. It's a very weak cold front, and as it sags on through to the central part of the state, it is going to fall apart. But it is also going to be introducing winds out of the east from high pressure that's building in behind it, and that's going to help to introduce some additional moisture into our area. So we're going to start to see more opportunities for rain developing as the week wears on. Now Monday during the morning hours you're going to see some showers along the coastline, and then we're going to start to see that front. You can start to see it right here starting to make its way on into central Florida. We'll see some showers around and about. It will be Wednesday, Thursday. Those are going to be the big days that we're going to be seeing some rain. Here's that frontal band right here across the southeastern part of the country, and we go farther out into the Atlantic. We've just got some areas that we're watching, but nothing is developing, and we're not likely to see any development over the next 24-hour period. For boaters, winds will be out of the southeast, and then they're going to shift around and come in out of the west at around 10 knots, seas 1 to 2 feet, a light chop out on the bay. And we are looking at temperatures staying in the upper 80s, and our rain chances are going to accelerate Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Adam?
Now, sports.
A rubber match in St. Pete today between the Rays and Orioles. The Rays splitting their first 2 games with the division rivals from Baltimore. 4th inning, Caleb Joseph, who didn't have a single home run last season, hits his 3rd of the year off Jake Odorizzi. It's the 11th straight game Odorizzi has allowed a homer, and it makes it a 3-1 Orioles lead. 2 on for Evan Longoria in the 5th, who delivers his 12th homer of the year, and it puts the Rays on top 5-3. He's Tampa's captain clutch. Later on in the 8th inning, Chase Whitley's 2-2 pitch to Jonathan Shoup drilled to left, and that's a game-tying home run. And in the 9th, with 2 runners on, Joey Rickard hits one down the line for a ground rule double. The Orioles take the lead, and the Rays bullpen letting them down for the 2nd straight night. Orioles take the series, beating the Rays by a final score of 8-5. Tim Tebow is inching closer to the MLB. The former NFL quarterback has been promoted to the New York Mets High A minor league affiliate, which means the Gator football icon is coming home. Back in the state, Tebow will be on the East Coast with the St. Lucie Mets, who unfortunately will not be coming to Bradenton to play the Marauders for the rest of the regular season, but they will be in Charlotte starting July 29th for a 4-game series with the Stone Crabs. That is assuming Tebow is still with the team. And good news for Tebow's alma mater, Florida. They're heading to the national championship round of the College World Series. Venice High School's Mike Rivera helping put the Gators on the board early against TCU yesterday with that fielder's choice to second. But one run is all Alex Faedo needed, the first-round pick of the Detroit Tigers, striking out 11 batters over 7 innings. That's exactly what he did 6 days earlier to the Horned Frogs to start the College World Series. Michael Byrne would come in and throw the last 2 2/3 innings to preserve the shutout and send TCU packing, which sets up an all-SEC title series with LSU, the last time 2 teams from the same conference played in the National Championship Series 2011 when Florida lost to South Carolina. Game 1 is tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
This is important news from the Diabetic Supply Line. If you, a friend, or a family member has diabetes and you have lost your supplier, or if you need a supplier for your diabetic supplies, you may qualify to get your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. To be potentially eligible, you only need Medicare or private insurance. Call the Diabetic Supply Line right now for details. It's a free call that just takes a couple of minutes. Our friendly agents are waiting 24/7 with free, no-obligation information. We handle all the insurance paperwork and make sure your supplies are delivered directly to your door for free. And if you call right now, we'll send you a free pedometer as your special bonus. Regardless of your age, if you or a loved one needs diabetic supplies and you have Medicare or private insurance, call us now. Call the Diabetic Supply Line now. Operators are standing by to take your call. Call now.
It's been about a month, and I can honestly say I've seen the change in me. I went from being a depressed girl who didn't want help to this happy, caring girl who loves helping other people. I just really hope that people that went through what I went through get the help that they need, because their story is important and they are loved. Thank you so much for everything.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business. ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
Some bikers stripped down to prove a point in Portland, Oregon on Saturday. It was the annual World Naked Bike Ride. The event has been going on in Portland for over a decade. It's a celebration of the bicycle and the human body. Thank you for keeping those shots waist up over there. It's also meant to highlight the vulnerability of cyclists in traffic and a protest against society's dependence on pollution-based transport, although I could see that causing maybe some accidents on the roadways. We'll talk about Friends for Life. 5 high school buddies from California have been recreating the same photo for 35 years. It started back in 1982 when John Wardlaw, seen on the far left, and his pals posed together on the deck of a lake near the California-Oregon border. Since then, they've been going on the same vacation and taking the same exact photo every 5 years. And as you can see, putting a lot of effort into even the beer in hand for the guy there second from the right. And yeah, it looks like everybody in the same order, not necessarily the same clothes, but the two dudes on the right still shirtless all those years later.
Oh, that is,
Cap off.
Isn't that fun? What
Yeah.
a great thing to do. So you get together, you have this reunion every 5 years. That's pretty wonderful.
Yeah, at least one guy gets to drink a beer too, which is kind of nice for him.